Guys, we're gonna do a video today, and it's gonna be a two-part series. First part is gonna be index trigger versus handheld. Second part is gonna be, do you really want to elk hunt or go hunting for a month straight, like 30 days straight? We're gonna have a little conversation about that. It's gonna strike up some entrepreneurial stuff that Tim and I are super passionate about. We're gonna discuss it here with you guys today, and it'll be a little behind the scenes ElkShape right after elk season, how we stay hungry, how we start the process all over. Come along. Just put that target up. I don't know.
I'm gonna guess 44.
Yeah, it's gotta be around there. Probably that.
Well, now you know.
Tim's editing this one because I have to edit all the public land hustle stuff. So the first shot was unknown yardage, although we're in my backyard, so I have no excuses. Tim nailed it though. He said 44. I shot it for 45. This was my first shot. And Jake's first shot was, I know, right by mine. And then the second shot was kneeling. So full draw, come to kneeling. And then the last shot was sprint down at least, 100 yards and back, and shoot and not kill Tim's dog, which was good.
First, second, third.
So you had, is that your last one?
Yep.
1, 2. Cool. I have been known to go back and forth between these two releases. This is a thumb barrel, wise choice. Carter releases. I do sell these on the website. They are back ordered all the time because they can't keep up with you guys and your awesomeness. But if I were to shoot a 3D tournament, attack, Vegas, anything that really mattered, I would go with this 100%. I can shoot this with a surprise release. I'll break down kind of how I do it. I just want to clarify a couple things. I'm not an archery coach. I'm more of like a strength and conditioning coach who's obsessed with elk hunting. So I've dove in pretty deep on all this stuff. So I'm just gonna tell you what I think and what I know, and then go use other resources. I'm just telling you, because people ask all the time, can you switch back and forth? Yes, you can. I'll do it right now. I will shoot this V331 with the wise choice. Some of my setups, I can switch them out and interchange no problem. Others, the peep will need to come up or down depending on if I'm using a handheld or an index. As you know, if you move your peep up, you can shoot a little further. If you have to move your peep down, you're gonna lose a little bit of yardage. As far as left to right impacts, some setups, I'll get a little bit of a difference in my left to right between a handheld and an index. So I just shot this. The peep height did not need to change. It felt perfect. Now I'm gonna shoot the same bow with the same peep height, everything with an index. So here's the meat and potatoes. This is a single hook caliper. I will wrap my knuckle over the top, and then I will, instead of being tight, I will slowly loosen my hand and pull my entire hand through the strap. My pulling should be here, through the strap. And if this is fixed, I'm not punching, I'm not trying to hammer the trigger, it's just gonna be a slow, clean break. Tim said it best the other day on the phone. You wouldn't take a rifle, have your finger off the trigger, and then when it's time to shoot, just go wha-boom! Wha-boom! You would never do that. So I don't know why some people do that with archery. You can't just, it's not a good idea. So anyways, I'll shoot here. Same setup, same distance. And you see it took even a little bit longer for that to break. So this trigger, little button right here, that's not for you to hammer. It's for you to hook over and to keep pulling through, get a clean break. A couple things about the handheld. Where did I put it? I get a cleaner anchor and a more inverted hand and a higher elbow position, and I feel like I'm more able to depress this bow arm down and make a better tee consistently. When I'm here, it's just a little bit different. The elbow's not as high. There could be more variance. So I think if I'm gonna be more accurate, if I'm honest with you guys, I feel like a handheld, even including hinge, would give me a cleaner break and a more consistent, repeatable process, which archery is all about, doing it the same way every time. So when it comes for me, I probably hunt elk more times than not with this. I shot my antelope buck with this handheld. I shot my bull with this handheld this year. There's times where this makes more sense, maybe in tighter country where you're gonna get like a 15 to 20 yard shot on an elk and you need to be able to punch the trigger like on purpose. That's a thing that does happen, but ultimately I found that more instances it would be better for me to miss the window of opportunity because the shot didn't break using this, because I am a lot more accurate with it. So I would lean more towards this, but either way, no matter what you choose to shoot, understand the process and how to get a clean break that you can repeat and that your conscious is not really involved in the process, to where you can stay present, but you're not commanding when it goes off. Another pro about the index is almost all of them come with some sort of buckle or strap that stays on you, whereas, not gonna lie, I'm sure there's many of you out there who have donated these to the mountains or to the hills, and so 2 is 1 when you buy a handheld. You have to buy 2, you have to keep 1 basically as a backup at all times, because there's a good chance that you may lose it. Now on my backup, I actually have a paracord through here, and I just took one of these old straps, and so I actually have, if I end up with a backup, it's gonna be buckled on, and that's kind of like my punishment. But if I end up with a backup one, I'm wearing, it's gonna be a hook to a buckle. So that's one thing to consider, is just, thank you, how was it?
That was good.
Good
shot.
Okay, so consider that, pros and cons. But no matter what you use, like Tim uses the hinge, an Ultra View hinge, and he actually hunts with it, man. Like, kudos to him. I think that's awesome. You just better have a backup one, especially if you're elk hunting, because you just set things down so many different times. I can't tell you how many rangefinders, bugle tubes, binos, arrow quivers, GPS units, and cell phones and wallets have been donated to the mountains because people bring stuff, and a lot happens when you party in the mountains. So something to think about. We're gonna go get a workout in, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about our buddy Jake, because he's gonna be an entrepreneur now, and we want to talk about the benefits of being an entrepreneur and hunting a lot, but also, like anything, too much of a good thing is not good. So we'll talk about that next. The whole reason I haven't switched equipment up yet is because on Wednesday I get the glue.
All right, I wanted to hop on here, talk a little bit more, extend on hunting with a handheld. I fully committed to hunting with a hinge. Highlights are, I don't know when it's gonna go off, and that not knowing when it's gonna go off really forces me to stay present. I wanna make a full video on hunting with this. I think it's been a blessing for me. I don't think it's been for everybody, but if you do wanna start hunting with a handheld or a hinge, definitely start with some type of shot trainer, something where you can practice getting reps as to how to make it go off. Work with a coach if you can. And I think what Dan and I and everybody, what we all hope for is we hope to just grow the archery community, and more people, when they pull back on an animal, they are more deadly. Way too often we see people snake a trigger just like this, that the finger starts off the trigger and they just run in and hammer it. If you can avoid that, settle your finger on the trigger, however you're gonna do it, pull through gently, pull through slowly, and have a more controlled shot process. That's gonna lead to more animals on the ground, more ethical shots, and that's all we're trying to do. Stay tuned, I'm gonna make a follow-up video on just like my evolution of shooting and hunting with a hinge. I think it's been a really good thing for me, but I think you guys still gotta figure out what's the best option for you.
On the business instead of in the business, and then all of a sudden you have autonomy in your schedule, and when you leave your business, it still runs. It's a well-oiled machine, so you're still bringing in income. Sure, there's always fires to put out, there's always emails to answer, phone calls, but as you grow in the maturation, you'll be able to duplicate yourself and have more time, and time is what I'm chasing.